Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of WNBA Top Prize Picks Plays presented by Prize Picks. I'm Cooper Bonai for OddsShopper. You can find me on social media at CrashboardsDFS. We have a nice full slate today, so I wanted to go ahead and lock in three of my favorite Prize Picks plays for the night. I'm thinking I'm going to lower it down a little bit, go to 2, 3, or 4 prop slips, and maybe run a few more flex plays just to be on the safe side. But regardless, that will not change what our picks are for tonight. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. The first pick that I have tonight is going to be Alyssa Thomas over 28.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Now, as you guys can see, she has been killing it recently. She's gone over this number in her last 5 games. In that span, she's averaging 35 points, rebounds, and assists per game. That is off 37 minutes per game and 13 field goal attempts per game. So her usage recently has just been up all over the board. That's one of the reasons I really like this prop is I'm just going to continue to ride the heater. I mean, she only had one game out of her last 5 games where it was even close. She had 30 against the Lynx. Other than that, 35, 36, 37, 37. I'm very comfortable going right back to this prop considering how she's been playing recently. Another note I had for this one is that in her lone game against Phoenix this year, who she plays tonight, she had 30 points, rebounds, and assists. And that was before she became more aggressive. We've seen over these last 2 or 3 weeks that she's really become more aggressive. She's filling up the stat sheet, points, rebounds, and assists. Initially, she was having nights where she wouldn't have many points, but she would have really good rebounding or assist nights. Or she wouldn't have many rebounds or assists, but she'd have really good scoring nights. Recently, she's been putting it all together, and she's looked fantastic. In terms of this matchup against Phoenix, the Mercury actually allowed the third most points per game in the league this year, and they are the worst rebounding team in the entire WNBA this season, setting up what should be a nice matchup for Thomas in terms of crashing the glass and putting up as many shots as she possibly can. All in all, she's just been playing fantastic. Everybody's been looking for her to score, and whenever she can't score, she's just immediately passing to the right person. Her game's really come together recently, so I'm very comfortable taking this Alyssa Thomas over 28.5 PRA prop. Before we hop into the second pick, guys, I did want to point out that this show is brought to you by Prize Picks. They are running a first deposit match up to $100 right now. They really allow you the flexibility to kind of bet how you want to put as many as you would like in. If you're feeling really confident in 2 particular picks, maybe just run a 2-pick power play, say I really like these and I'm going all in on them. Or if you like a few picks that night, run a 5-slip flex play. And even if you go 4 out of 5, you can still double up your money and you're still winning something that night. Like I said, they are running this promo. It is first deposit match up to $100. We have a promo code. It's going to be AWESEMO, AWESEMO. That's AWESEMO as the promo code, or you guys can click the link down below. Another way to get Prize Picks is just to head on over to the App Store or Google Play, and you can download it there. Let's go ahead and hop into my second favorite play of the night, guys, and that is going to come from the Las Vegas Aces game. A'ja Wilson over 8.5 rebounds. Now, I know looking at the last 5 report, it looks like, she hasn't been hitting this recently. It's not a play that we're just riding because she's hit it 5 games in a row. This last 5-game report is deceiving. Over those games, she's averaging a whole rebound less than her season average of 9.5 per game. And the reason for this lies in the box scores of these games, y'all. She has played against teams that they have absolutely blown out. She had 2 back-to-back games against Indiana, and 5 games ago, she had a game against Indiana. And she also had a game against the Sparks, who they blew out. I believe in her last 5 games, or in the Aces' last games, rather, they won by an average of 19 points per game in those 4 games. So in those games, A'ja Wilson's minutes really suffered because of it. She played just 25 minutes per game compared to her season average of 29 minutes per game. So she's missing out on 4 minutes. And also, the games just weren't competitive. Whenever you have these star players on these great teams, the stats just aren't always going to reflect how great they can play because the game isn't competitive. They know they have the game in hand, subs are being made earlier, and they're just overall seeing less minutes on the floor. Another note I had was that the Aces play the Mystics tonight, and as we know, the Mystics are just a much better team than the Fever and the Sparks. They should put up more of a fight than those teams did. The Mystics rank near the middle of the league in rebounding, and over her last 5 games against the Mystics, A'ja Wilson has dominated the glass. In terms of rebounding against the Mystics last 5, Wilson's gone for 14, 11, 14, 14, and 15, averaging 13.6 rebounds per game. So she's dominated this team. The likes of Alicia Clark and Shakira Austin will not be a match for A'ja Wilson, but I expect the game to be competitive and be close because of players like Elena Delle Donne and Natasha Cloud. So I think this game can be competitive. I think that actually benefits A'ja Wilson in that sense, and I think this over 8.5 can end up being a really good pick. For the last pick, we're going to roll out Natasha Howard over 31.5 fantasy score. Now, Natasha Howard is a great player. She's been having a good season, but recently she's been very aggressive, and it's been really nice to watch. Over her last three, she's averaging 42 fantasy points per game. She recently had two 40-plus fantasy scores against Chicago, which is, of course, one of the league's best defensive teams. They rank in the top third of the league in points per game allowed, and they are a top 5 rebounding team. Tonight, she faces a much more desirable opponent in the Los Angeles Sparks. They rank second worst in points per game allowed and rebounds per game this season. So bottom of the league in terms of rebounding and points per game allowed. This sets up really nicely for Natasha Howard to continue to be aggressive, to continue to dominate the glass, and really just put up as many shots as she wants to in a matchup where the team defensively just doesn't have a very good chance of stopping her. I wanted to note that she has been turning the ball over a bit much recently. I wanted to note that because I know it's the fantasy score prop, which turnovers on PrizePicks count for -1, but at the same time, a block or a steal counts for +3. So they kind of balance out. Over her last few games, she has been turning the ball over too much. She had 6 turnovers last game, but she still ended with a 43 fantasy score, 12 points higher than her prop is. So I'm not too concerned with the turnovers. She's been recording a lot of blocks and steals, getting those +3s. Over her last 5 games, she's recorded over 3 blocks and steals per game. So the other stats are kind of making up for the turnover. She's been rebounding at a ridiculous rate, over 10 rebounds per game. So this is just a matchup that bodes really nicely for Howard. They've also been lacking in terms of their bigs really stepping up on the glass. Hanzu, they really don't know what to do with her. They've been playing her here and there, but it's very inconsistent minutes. Stephanie Dolson, she's a good vet, but she doesn't do much in terms of being aggressive down there. She kind of just scoops up loose rebounds most of the time. So Howard's been the one that's really attacking the glass, that's really battling box outs and really grabbing the ball off the rim. So wrapping up, guys, my 3 bets that we have tonight are Alyssa Thomas over 28.5 PRA. We have A'ja Wilson over 8.5 rebounds. And we have Natasha Howard over 31.5 fantasy score. That'll do it for me, guys. I hope everybody has a good night tonight. Hope everybody wins some money if you are gambling. If you guys like a couple of these picks, go ahead and throw them all in a slip. If you like one of them more than the other, take a couple of your ideas, throw mine in there with you. I would say my most confident pick right now is going to be A'ja Wilson over 8.5 rebounds. I think that she has a really good chance against Washington to stay in for 30-plus minutes and grab 10-plus boards. So I think that 8.5 number is a bit too low. That's going to be my most confident pick. But we have that A'ja pick, we have Alyssa Thomas, and we have Natasha Howard. But yeah, good luck, everybody. I will be back tomorrow with another PrizePicks Top Plays video along with a WNBA Best Bets video. We have that WNBA Best Bets video up for today. Also wanted to mention, guys, like and subscribe to the OddsShopper YouTube channel. The content is being pushed out daily. You can get notified whenever we're putting out new stuff. You guys don't ever have to miss anything, any of this well-researched content. You guys come hop in. Like I said, new content out every single day, so don't fall behind on that. Like and subscribe to the OddsShopper YouTube channel. Again, good luck tonight, guys, and I will be back tomorrow. Later.